There are 5 levels of attention that I think every student should master for academic success. They go from the most basic to the most demanding type of a focus. A lot of people blame social media or technology for our declining attention span, but actually most of us are simply just operating at the wrong level of attention. So this can make you feel like you are losing control of your mind and make it seem impossible to reach all your goals. I've written 10 pages of excellent essays in 4 hours before. I've also written 2 pages of nonsense in the same amount of time. The only difference is how much I was paying attention. For me, mastering focus was really the key to how I managed to get top results at an Ivy League school while having good social life and sleep. Well, if you want to take control of your mind, the first step is very simple. Finish watching this video. By the end, you're able to identify which level of attention you're currently using, your mistakes are currently holding you back, and know exactly how to stay more focused, study more efficiently, and achieve all your goals. So let's just get into it. The first level is called focused attention. It's the most basic level of attention. For example, if you hear a bear noise nearby, then you turn your head to see where is the bear. It's the ability to respond to any specific stimuli. The foundation of all the other types of attention, it's how we're able to interact with the world around us and notice things. A lot of students are actually operating at this level of attention. It's very easily distracted, and all the technologies and notifications sometimes take advantage of this, which is obviously a problem. Moving on to level 2, we have sustained attention, which is the ability to focus over a period of time. For example, if the bear is following you, then you really need to pay attention to the bear and keep an eye on him for a really long time. For students, this is the most common and important type of attention. For example, we need to study for upcoming exams for 2 hours straight, and it's also what we usually mean when we say, oh, our attention span. So here are some tips on how to improve your sustained attention. The first step is how long we can actually focus. Start by timing yourself as you begin to study and solely focus on your studying tasks. The moment you start wondering about other things where you kind of lose focus, you should start your timer. So this is your baseline, how long you can maintain your hardcore focus. This is also known as the Pomodoro technique. For example, if your baseline is 15 minutes, then you can just start a timer for 15 minutes and then you can take a 15 minutes break and then start the timer again and study for another 15 minutes. Once you get more comfortable with 15 minutes, then you can increase that time to say 20 minutes and keep pushing the time longer and longer until you can study for like an hour. Then you actually want to shift from time-based to task-based studying sessions. For example, you want to have a task of review 30 vocabulary words and then take a short break and then do another task like solve 5 math problems and then following another short break. If you have a larger task, you can break them into smaller tasks. Like if you have assignment of writing an essay, you can break it into like doing research, write the first paragraph, write the body of the paragraph, etc. It's important to recognize that our focus and motivation are tied really closely together. A lot of people think that focus is some like brain stuff that we were born with. We either have it or we don't. Most of the time, we will run out of motivation first before we're actually run out of the cognitive resources to focus. Another tip is to eliminate distractions. I will talk more about how to study with distractions in level 3, but that's significantly harder. If our goal is to study more efficiently in longer hours, then we want to make things as easy as possible, like try to get rid of all the distractions. And there are actually 2 types of distractions, external and internal. For internal distractions, before you start your studying session, you want to just bring dump everything that's on top of your mind that you can think of. If during your studying you thought about something that you're supposed to do, like, oh, I need to fold my laundry, or like I need to reply to that message, instead of just doing that because, oh, you just thought about them, just keep a little sticky notepad next to you or like the list that you just had and write those thoughts down and tell yourself you actually take care of them later. For external distractions, firstly, just clean your studying space. If you want, you can take a picture of your studying space and see if there are any like distractions you didn't notice, like some old notes or like some cord that you didn't even realize they were there. Please just put your phone away. Put it somewhere that you can't reach unless you get up and walk all the way across the room, and turn off the notifications so you won't be bothered. If you do need technology, I recommend using an iPad. Turn off your Wi-Fi and close all the tabs that you don't need. In college, I basically only use my iPad to study. I don't need to bring all the books and constantly buy new pen or pencils. Everything is just in one place. The only downside for the iPad, I would say, is I kind of miss writing on real paper sometimes, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable using the Apple Pencil to write. There was also a learning curve when adjusting from real papers to iPad. That's why I was really excited to discover the sponsor of this video, Paperlike. If you watched my other videos, you know I love Paperlike. It's this amazing screen protector that basically makes your iPad feels like a paper. It uses nanodots technology, so when I write on my iPad, I get the satisfying feeling back. So I have the best of both worlds, digital paper that feels like real paper. Also, if you do any form of digital art or design, Paperlike has the texture of premium art paper. It gives you the precision you need when you draw. With Paperlike, writing on my iPad has just been so much more comfortable, especially during long studying sessions, that sometimes I write so much my hand gets sore. So Paperlike also have this really nice pencil grip, which is just so ergonomic. Overall, Paperlike just make my workflow more enjoyable and productive. So I highly recommend you to check out Paperlike as well if you also use an iPad. The link is in my description. Thank you so much, Paperlike, for sponsoring this video. Now we move on to level 3. We have selective attention. This is the ability to focus on a specific task while filtering all the other distractions. Imagine you got really angry and you start hunting that bear. Well, there are a bunch of other small animals running around as well. You need to filtering all those distractions and only have your eye focus on the bear. So when we're attending lectures, the teacher may have a bunch of like filling words or making small talks or having jokes with you. You should filter all those distractions and only focus on what is the important stuff the teacher is talking about. Sometimes they actually test you in English exams, like if they give you an article and ask you to read and choose the most accurate option, while they may give you a bunch of like other misleading information. So from now on, you can be a little bit more mindful when you're learning new information. Take a second to think about what is the target here, what exactly you're looking for. You can practice selective attention by introducing controlled distractions. For example, like when you're studying, you can listen to music that has lyrics, and actually there are a bunch of small exercises can help you with this. For example, like this one. I would say from level 3, including level 3, it's very difficult. Although it's beneficial to practice and master them, our attention is actually a limited resources that can run out every day if we don't like take a break or rest. So if you do too much of level 3 or level 4 or level 5, it can actually burn more of your energy and you can get tired really fast. So if your goal is to study for longer hours for exams or whatever, you should actually try to avoid doing advanced level focus. You should try to go back to level 2 and like eliminate the distractions. Level 4 is alternating attention. This is the ability to switch between tasks that requires different type of attention. For example, if there are 2 bears around you and you want to pay attention to one of them for a while, and then you switch to the other for a while, and then you want to switch back and forth to keep an eye on those bears. This may not be the most productive type of attention. You may lose time in the process of doing so. It costs you a lot of cognitive resources, but it is kind of useful as a student to have the skills of mastering this type of attention. For example, in our exams, there might be very different type of questions that requires you to switch your attention pretty fast, or in the middle of working on one question, you feel like you ran out of time, you don't want to do it anymore, then you work on the others first, then you might need to switch back later. Finally, we have level 5, which is divided attention. This is the ability to respond to multiple tasks at the same time. For example, if a bear is chasing you, then you not only need to pay attention to the bear, but also you want to call and on the phone to answer a bunch of questions like where are you at? This is the most demanding type of attention because your mind need to manage multiple different type of information all at the same time. As a student during lectures, if the teacher doesn't give you the time to write down notes, they just like keep talking, you not only need to process that information, also summarize it in your mind, bring out different kind of questions and write down important information. Again, lots of time we don't realize we're doing from level 3 to level 5 because sometimes there are distractions that we are not even realizing it's there. The best tip to be more focused is actually make what you're doing more fun and easy. We never had any problems focus on a fun movie or playing video games. We don't even need to try. It just feels natural to focus on those things. We only had trouble focusing while we were like studying because it's too hard, it's too boring. So just make things easier. Lots of the tips and information I'm sharing is not asking to change everything you're doing. I'm just sharing information so you can be a little bit more mindful and get to know our brain better. So in the future, you can subconsciously increase your productivity more. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. That'll be such a good motivation for me to keep making better videos for you guys. Also, comment on any questions you may have. I always read them, even though I may not have all the time to respond to everything. Also, if you use an iPad, you can go check out Paperlike. I think they're such a good product. I'm such a big fan. Yeah, so I hope it's helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Good luck with your studying, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.